AhlYa, AhlYa, LaMah, IZaBathNaYa. AhlYa, AhlYa, LaMah, IZaBathNaYa. That is to say, my God, why have you forsaken me? The English transliteration is Eli, Eli, Lama Sabachthani, or Eli, Eli, Lama Sabachthani. My God, why have thou forsaken me? Comes from Matthew the 27th chapter, and we're going to get into it. And we're also going to get into the Hebrew. So Matthew 27 and 33. It says, and when they would come into a place called Golgotha, that is to say, a place of skull. Salakia, we give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. Peace and shalom to the elect that is pushing this word throughout the four corners of the globe in sincerity and in truth for the edification of the house of Dawadah. This is why we do these lessons. Shalom to you. Just wanted to come up with the lesson. The lesson plan is, my God, why have thou forsaken me? What the Lord said on the cross. It says here, Matthew 27:33, and when they come unto a place called Golgotha, that is to say, a place of a skull, they gave him vinegar to drink mingled with gall, and when he had tasted thereof, he would not drink. And they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garment among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots. And sitting down, they watched him there, and set over his head his accusation written, This is Jesus, the King of the Jews, just reading it verbatim. Then were there two thieves crucified with him, one on the right hand and another on the left. And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads, and saying, Thou dost destroy the temple, and buildest it in 3 days, save thyself. If thou be the Son of God, come down from the cross. Likewise also the chief priests mocking him, with the scribes and elders, said, He saved others, himself he cannot save. If he be the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. No, you won't. The elders and the scribe won't believe. Just like we show miracles today, small level miracles, how men and women are waking up to the truth, and they don't believe us. They deny exactly who we are and the message that we preach. But that's okay, because we knew from the stories we read that the Lord and the prophets were forsaken. They were denied. They were told, no, we won't listen to you. We don't care what God say. We want to do like the other nations because they're prospering. So our people were always this way. They would never believe because the Lord didn't want them to believe at that particular time. There are certain men who believed, the prophets and some believers, just like it is in these days. The prophets, the teachers, and some believers. And it's not for the whole house of Israel, even though the Lord died for the whole house of Israel and the house of Israel only. But they forsook the Lord. This is why the Lord has forsaken us. It says here, he trusted in God. Let him deliver him now, if he will have him. For he said, I am the Son of God. The thieves also which were crucified with him cast the same in his teeth, gritting on it, Lord. Yeah, you did all this, you said all this, now save yourself. But is that the will of the Heavenly Father, which they mistakenly don't understand? That the will was that the Lord, Yahushua, Jesus in the English, but Yahushua in the ancient Hebrew, was supposed to die for the sins of Israel, to be the sacrifice. So they forsook the Lord. They've always forsook God. So now, what is the Lord doing to us? For forsaking his messengers, forsaking his teachings, his truth, his only begotten Son. He's forsaken us. The Lord said it right. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? You see? Reading on, it says, now from the 6th hour there was darkness all over the land until the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, Lama Sabachthani. That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Some of them that stood there, when they heard that, said, this man calls for Elias, or Elijah. And straightway one of them ran and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar and put it on a reed and gave him to drink. The rest said, let be, let us see whether Elias will come to save him. Yahushua, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks rent, and the graves were open, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose, and came out of the graves after his resurrection, and went into the holy city, and appeared unto many. What is going on? Just picture it in your mind. What is going on? The power and the might of the Heavenly Father to have this happen. Not only put his son to death, but raise also the dead that walked around and people saw them. My God, my God. When you look up my God, or the whole phrase, Eli, Eli, let's look it up real quick. Getting into some words. It says here, my power, right? My power, why me hast thou forsaken? When you look up God in the Hebrew, this is the Greek, but when you look up my God, it's really Allah, God, right? My AhlYa, right? AhlYa is my, Al is a shortened way of Allah, and Ya makes it possessive. So it's my God, AhlYa, LaMah, IZaBathNaYa. LaMah is why, right? Why, sorry, or to what? IZab, from the root word of IZaBathNaYa, right, means to leave or to lose or to forsake. And NaYa is you or me, to me. Why have you forsaken me? Or why did you leave me? Why did you abandon me? Why did you forsake me? That's IZaBathNaYa. IZab is to leave or to loose or to forsake. NaYa is me or to me. IZaBathNaYa is forsaken me. AhlYa, LaMah, IZaBathNaYa. Okay? And I can spell it for you. AhlYa, AhlYa, Y-A, and I'm going to put it in post-production. AhlYa, AhlYa, LaMah, L-A-M-A-H, LaMah is why or to what. IZaBathNaYa, IZaBathNaYa, IZaBathNaYa. My power, my God, my God. Why or to what have thou forsaken or to leave me? Right? This is what he said on the cross. This comes from, what's so prophetic about it, it comes from Psalms. Psalms, the 22nd chapter, where King David said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me, and from the words of my roaring? O my God, I cry in the daytime, but thou hearest not, and in the night season, and I am not silent. But thou art holy, O thou that inhabitest the praises of Israel. This is King David's singing to the Lord about why have the Heavenly Father. You feel this way sometime. You remember I made a video about being having hope deferred. It seems as though that you're just being left alone. I'm sure the Lord, with all the power and the majesty that he had, sitting on that cross or hanging on that cross, felt this way, forsaken or abandoned. However, the Lord is always righteous in his doings. It says here, our fathers trusted in thee. And that's the key point, that you have to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You have to trust in the Lord, regardless of what you may seem to go through that may not feel comfortable. Just trust in the Lord. They trusted, our fathers trusted, and thou didst deliver them. They cried unto thee and were delivered. They trusted in thee and were not confounded. You see that? Over and over and over again, how the Lord always come through. Mere men don't come through. They will say one thing and do another. This is why you feel abandoned. This is why you believe your family abandoned you. But who really got you? Who's holding you up? This is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Verse 6 says, but I am a worm and no man, a reproach of men and despised of the people. All they that see me laugh me to scorn. They shoot out the lip. They shake the head, saying, he trusted on the Lord, that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him. Exactly what the Pharisees and the elders did to Yahushua hanging on that cross. Mocked and scorned. Oh, you did miracles for others. Do a miracle for yourself and come down from that cross. Mocking. But they don't understand this is a prophetic to show us today who the Lord truly is. They couldn't see it then. Some did not see it then. But we see it now. That Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's plan is right on time. And right and exact. 1 Samuel 12 and 22. It says here, for Yahweh will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it has pleased the Lord to make you his people. This is what the plan is. We are the people of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You can't change it. And the Lord doesn't change. So no one else can come through this house. This is our house. This is our dwelling place. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua had made it comfortable for us, furnished it, gave it furniture and things that we need to have to keep the house up. We got everything that we need in our house provided by the Lord, Yahweh Shai. You see? Everything. He has quickened in us and made us alive again. Hebrews 13, book of Hebrews, the 13th chapter, 5th verse says, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as you have. For he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Never. Never forsake thee. Even though it seems though in your mind, in your flesh, because we living in the flesh, and we need to be more spiritual about it, that it seems like we don't have enough. We can never have enough. Really? No, we can have enough because the Lord said, be content and not covetous, so that we may boldly say, Yahweh is my helper, IZaBathNaYa in the Hebrew, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation, their faith, their belief, and truly what the words say. Truly. He would never leave us nor forsake us, and he would give us a comforter in that time of need. Those pillows, those comfortable chairs so you could sit down. This is what the Lord has been providing for the nation of Israel, for his elect. Constantly, over the years. That's why I said our fathers have never been forsaken. Isaiah 41. Isaiah 41, and starting at 10, says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am Yahweh. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. Who cares about them scoffers? Who cares about them non-believers? All you need to do is care and believe and have faith. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. All those who mock with their lips, all those who scorn and try to downplay this great awakening from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and showing that he has never forsaken us, because in 2025 he's still with us. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I am Yahweh thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not thy worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains, and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. This is through the words. This is not an action. We don't have guns and knives and staffs. We don't have all we have is this word. And this word is cutting down governments, cutting down people, cutting down scoffers and scorners and unbelievers. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel need to say any more? Do you need to say any more? When the poor and the needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, Yahweh, will hear them. I, the power of Israel, will not forsake them. Listen to the unjust judge, saying, a judge who neither feared God nor respected man, and give into a persistent widow's request only out of annoyance, not a sense of justice. Yahushua tells this parable of the unjust judge to contrast Yahweh's nature with the judge's emphasizing that Yahweh is a righteous and caring power who will surely grant justice to his elect, who pray to him and believe in him, not because they are a nuisance, but out of his unwavering love and mercy. My power, you won't forsake Israel. We give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom.